Welcome to American Honey and this episode of Honey Bear's Kitchen. Together, we will learn to cook. Welcome back to Honey Bear's Kitchen. Today is going to be a little bit different. If you didn't know already, Honey Bear's Kitchen was born out of the fact that all of a sudden both of my kids were school aged and I had time in the morning before I started work to cook family dinners, and I thought I would document it in a little cooking show. It was kind of spur of the moment and spontaneous, but sometimes the best things in life are spontaneous. We're gonna do some things different than I normally do with pasta, and I'm excited about this. Look at how beautiful these ingredients are. Cherry tomatoes, Italian cheeses. It's a mixture of Parmesan, Asiago, Romano, I think provolone in there too. We have garlic, minced onion. I chopped up fresh basil. You know how I feel about basil. Kalamata olives, capers. These are dandelion blossoms, and shiitake mushrooms. I wanted to do something different with the mushrooms today because we were in Baltimore over the holiday and we ate at this pizza place. I think it was like Underground Pizza, and they had a mushroom pizza that did not have normal mushrooms on it. I questioned them what kind they were because the mushrooms were so full of flavor and awesome. I think they were whitehead mushrooms and hen in the woods mushrooms, which I've never heard of before. I don't know where to get them. The only special mushrooms I could find at the grocery store were these shiitake, so we're gonna try them out. I have two stainless pots on the stove. We're gonna start out by starting the pasta water. Some sea salts. In the other pot, I'm going to cover the bottom with extra virgin olive oil. I've got this pan on medium-high heat. I can smell the olive oil start to warm up. It's starting to pop a little bit. I'm going to throw in the onions and the garlic and let those saute up. All right, and then when those are really going, I'm gonna throw in the cherry tomatoes. They're so small and sweet that they're gonna break up real quick. I'm gonna cover this. While I'm waiting for the water to heat up, I can really hear the tomatoes and the onions and the garlic going to town. I'm just gonna open it up and stir it every now and then. I don't know if you can see this, but the onions and the garlic have a little color to them. The tomatoes are really starting to come apart. I'm gonna turn the heat down. I'm gonna take a potato masher. Just go after these tomatoes a little bit. They come right apart. Take it off the heat. All of a sudden we have a sauce coming together here. Look at how beautiful that is. I have this pasta that says it needs to cook for 14 minutes. We're not going to leave it in there that long because it's going to cook in with the sauce. We're going to start out with 10 minutes and see what happens. While we're waiting for the pasta to cook, I just wanted to mention something. This is going to be different this time. Normally you see me drain out the pasta water into a colander in the sink. This time I'm going to leave the water in the pot because we're going to use it later. I'm going to end up scooping out the pasta with a slotted spoon, putting it in the other pan, just in the sauce. It's all going to mix together and cook a little bit more that way. When pasta cooks, it releases starch into the water. And just like you can use starch like cornstarch, for example, to thicken gravies or sauces, we're going to use some of the pasta water after it's done cooking to thicken up the sauce over here. It's going to be cool. My timer just beeped at 10 minutes and the noodles definitely aren't all the way there yet, but that's good. That's how we want it because it's going to cook some more over here. I'm going to start spooning the noodles from one pot to the next. And again, we're not draining the noodles because we want to preserve the water that they cooked in. I think I got all of them. Oh, look at this. Stir it all up. We're going to turn the heat back on. I'm going to start by adding just a cup of that pasta water. This is also the point where I'm going to dump in the cheese. Let that melt in. I think we're going to go for another cup of the pasta water. Stir it till all that cheese melts in. This is also where I'm going to add the other ingredients. Kalamata olives, keepers, fresh basil, and the mushrooms. I ended up letting that simmer until the noodles were just perfect. It smells awesome. I started plating it, and like I said, I forgot to turn the camera back on. And I would like to say, first off, thank you to Honeybee, because most of the time she plates this for the pictures. And if there's one hardest thing about making a cooking show, it's plating the food and making it look nice at the end. So this picture you're gonna see in a minute is my attempt at making it look pretty. This tastes awesome. Try to make your own sauce sometime, see how it goes. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do that. Hit the like button, comment below. I will see you next time.